Which one is it? Which one is it? You can't decide. You circle C and you move on. Ah! Guess I have to retake the SAT for the fifth time now. You go home and mindlessly skim through vocabulary lists, hoping that it will help you the next time you take this test. You learn 1,000 words, but they always manage to ask you that one word that you just haven't studied yet. Sound familiar? I got a 1590 on the SAT as a sophomore. Like many people, I found the vocabulary questions to be the most difficult on the SAT. Here's how to get them correct every time. 1. Study the prefixes and suffixes chart that I've linked in the description below. There are 143 that you have to know. Study them. Study means rewrite them with a pencil and paper and spend 10 to 20 minutes a night committing them to memory. Yes, it will take time and yes, it will be hard. No one said it was going to be easy, but if you want to beat a test that is trying to beat you, then you have to be able to put in the work that your competitors are not willing to put in. Step 2. Now that you have the knowledge to attack any vocab question, here's how to do it. First, break apart the word in the question into pieces. See, these pieces can be as big as 6 letters to literally into individual letters. Break it down into chunks in a way where at least one chunk sounds kind of familiar. Now, these chunks will typically be split into the prefix, root, or the suffix, which are in the chart that I have in the description, but sometimes we will want to combine it in other ways to get familiar chunks that you've heard of in the past. So let's do a tricky example. So let's get started with this problem. So we see proposals to raise the age at which retirees begin receiving government transfers of funds are generally discussed in terms of the effects on transfer recipients, but Andrea Smith has argued that delaying such transfers could blank wealth creation among working adults by lengthening the period in which they are providing financial support to their non-working parents. So pretty easy read here. We want to increase the age that people get money from the government. So essentially, they get less money overall, which is why parents would have to give money to their parents, like their grandparents, so the kids as grandparents, which would essentially delay wealth creation or harm wealth creation for the working adults who are using some of their initial money to give to the parents. So something like harm would be good here. Harm. Now let's go to the answer choices. So stymie, compound, disparage, outstrip. So now going off of the prefixes, we know that the com prefix means to put together, kind of like combine. So that would like be saying that I don't know what the root pound means, but we are looking at the com prefix, but we're not to get putting it together anything here, so that compound is out. I don't know what stymie means. Let's go to outstrip. So the prefix in out is out. Out is to go beyond a certain level, kind of. But again, the money's not going beyond anything. If anything, the wealth is being held back. So we can cross out D. So now between A and C, some vocabulary knowledge can be helpful because disparage is a common vocabulary you should know, and it means to belittle. So that is obviously not what we're doing here. But if you don't know what disparage means, you know that the dis prefix means not, right? And the dis prefix means not. Essentially, we're saying not parage. So something like not parage or something's being taken away, maybe. I don't know. But again, we are not taking away wealth creation. Taken away would not work here because we're not taking away wealth creation. We're hindering it, right? We're slowing it down, but we're obviously going to create wealth. We're not going to have the world lose money. So the dis prefix would still be misleading and make me think it's not the right answer. So I would cross that out too and go with stymie as my final answer. I solved this problem assuming that you have no knowledge about the meaning of any of these words. See, in the worst case scenario, you will be able to cross off at least one, if not two answers, whose definitions you already know and know that they are not the correct answer. After this, to figure out which word is correct is figure out what the best combination of chunks is and choose that answer. The best case scenario is that you already know the definition of the correct word. Know that this method is not magical. You can never guarantee that you will get every single question correct. However, the SAT is a probabilities game when it comes down to questions like this, and this method will maximize your chances. So if you do it right, you will find great success. I hope this video helps you get your dream score so you can get done with this test once and for all and move on with your life. If you found this helpful, consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. See ya!